Today is Friday, February 16th of 2024. We did several trades today in our main option trading account. First, you see the Costco position we closed out. So we bought to close this COST February 16th, 720 call. Costco is going ex-dividends. I wanted to close that position out. We let the put expire worthless. So we're out of that. Now we'll look to go back into a new position once it announces earnings. Then our TQQQ, we're in a cash secured put option position as well as poor man's covered call. So we let the put option expire worthless and we rolled this. We bought to close the TQQQ February 16th, $52 short call option. That's a part of poor man's covered call. And we rolled that $52 strike price up on the call option out to March. So we rolled it up to $56 out to March 15th. And simultaneously, since we're letting the put option, the cash secured put option expire worthless, we sold the March 15th 49 put. So we're short the 49 put, short the 56 call, got a little bit of premium there. Got to talk through why we did that. So really, you can see a little better on this weekly chart. Notice that long term, remember TQQQ is the 3x levered ETF that tries to 3x the daily movement of QQQ. So we see big swings here. And right now we're at the top of this upward sloping trading channel that has been in going back into January of 23. So a little over a year ago when it bottomed out. And we're making nice higher highs and higher lows, and recently made a new higher high. So one thing I want to point out here is we did roll our short strike price up to the $56 strike price, 56, and our put option's at 49, which is right in here. So when you look at this trading channel, we'd love to have our put option down here at the bottom of this channel around 37, 38, but we wouldn't get anything for that. So just in case it continues to stay strong, I did roll that short call option up to 56, so right up here in this area right in here. And notice it did recently make a higher high, so this area could potentially serve as support for it around 52. Our 49 put is just below there by about $3. So I'm happy to keep that short call option in the money. That gives us some protection if TQQQ comes down, which it most likely will at some point if it comes down. And then we have some room here for it to drop before our $49 put option is challenged. And in fact, if you kind of do a little drawing here, see the estimator says about 14% drop. So that means that in order for it to kind of challenge our $49 put option, then QQQ would have to drop around 4.5%. So nice room there to give us a chance to still win on the put option and the call option and still collect a little bit of premium here. All right, moving on to SBUX. So this is a position that we had stole some put options back before earnings. I think there's just one put option. We bought to close it out before earnings, if I remember correctly. Or maybe it just had a big move. I think it just had a big move. It wasn't even involving earnings, just had a big move. And we closed it out early, and now it's come back down. So we still own the protective $70 March 15 put option. So we still own that. So we didn't have to buy anything to give us protection here. We just sold to open another SBUX March 15 90 put and got 72 cents per share for that. Pull our trap, and again, you just see, as I mentioned the other day, just looks like it's bottoming out. It's almost the perfect looking bottom so far. And of course, anything can change, but notice here on the daily chart, the bottom left chart, that had a big gap up, came back, tried to fill the gap, didn't quite fill the gap, but now it has filled the gap going back into the middle of January. And now it's just kind of been finding support around this $91.50 area. See, it's been declining over the past week, but again, that decline is slowing. See, volume is declining, has been slowing. So with us selling this $90 put option, it still gives a lot of room for it to come down before that 90 put option is challenged. In fact, from where it closed today, you see it was a nice doji today. From where it closed today at 93, it can come down right at $3, which is a little over 3%. So like that position, we'll look to add to it if possible. We see over here on the weekly chart that it's kind of finding support around that red 200 moving average there. It is kind of stuck in a little range though, just below the red 200 moving average is support, the green 50 moving average is resistance. At some point, it'll break through one of those, but for now, it's still finding support around that $91.50 area. All right, and our final trade here is Google. Been watching Google to come down and to an area where I feel comfortable doing a new bullish put credit spread, and we did today. So we sold to open the GOOGL March 15th, 135 put. Bought the 100 put for protection. Didn't pay much for that cheap insurance. It's pretty far out of the money though. It's real far out of the money. And we got $1.20 per share for it. All right, so looking at Google. Overall though, I'm gonna switch here to this weekly chart. Overall, in a nice uptrend, making higher highs, higher lows. It's a company that has great growth. It's one I believe in. We probably ran across each other on YouTube if you're now a patron, and that's Google, that's Alphabet. So did have a gap down here, tried to fill the gap, made a pretty good attempt, didn't quite fill it. Now it's coming back down to retest support along this upward sloping trend line because it's in an upward sloping trading channel. So the put option we sold is actually below that upward sloping trend line, pretty close to the red 200 moving average. That's around 131. That's pretty close also to the green 50 moving average on the weekly chart. So overall, company I like, still showing nice strength, and it'd be great if it came down a little bit lower, even more, and look to be finding support because we could kind of load up on this position. Right now it's just a starter position. We'll look to add to it if at all possible. So that's our trades for this week. I hope you have a great weekend.